cosmic flow. It is our ability now to adapt to the cosmic frequencies and the multidimensional forms of life, which will see us through. Nothing is stagnant and all is transfiguring at an enormous rate now, and it is a matter of being liquidized and then simply flowing as we flow on cosmic seas, and when we reach the shores of new beginnings, we are perfectly formed and reinvented as we already are in the new earth. In truth, all of life is a spiral and spiraling dance, circles circling, and with each higher dimensional tier we access, the more the energy flows upwards and downwards, outwards and inwards, and it has ripple effect on the whole. In the great cosmic flow of life itself, there is no end and no beginning, for the beginning becomes the end, the beginning, and on it goes. This is the perfection of it, for the cosmos reflects the journeys of our soul in its infinite loving experiences of the whole of creation, flowing in and out of existences, and then returning to its soul source only to start the entire process again. So our soul then gathers multiple and endless experiences of divinity itself, and this then becomes the core of our soul knowledge, which is vaster than vast. So let us journey ever deeper into quantum space where all is possible even as we morph into someone new. And at the core of all existence is the infinite power of love. For love is the truth of who and what we are and will always be. Ad infinitum. Hello, how are you diddling? A colloquial expression that you may not be familiar with. Oh dear, I thought I'd best Google it, and it means to wander around aimlessly. I just discovered. I was just meaning, how's it going for you? Welcome, Blossom. Welcome to all. Thank you. In that case, we are diddling well. We are aware that many are not diddling so well, due to a number of factors. There is a general air of fatigue at times, followed by one being ready to get up in a M. We believe you say? You see, Blossom, we are able to access your vocabulary, as well as use words that you yourself are unfamiliar with and do not use. Yep, often I know of a word you are using yet have to check its meaning, and always it fits perfectly in the sentence. The fatigue can partly be blamed on that which is being sprayed into your air and that which is within your food substances, water, etc. In fact, most things that you deal with on an everyday basis are, as most of you know, designed to dumb you down in so many ways. Add this to the uncertainty of what lies ahead and therefore creating unrest within, it is not surprising that many feel as they do. Personally, I am doing well. I guess what gets me the most, if I allow it, is the absolute madness that is taking place all over the planet in so many forms, and those creating that madness get away with it because they know that the majority of folk simply have no idea what they are doing, and therefore allow it to be. Sometimes, I think the only way to stop it all is for every single soul to put down tools, go out in the street and say no more. I know I too have said this all before. Many are willing and are carrying this out, Blossom, as you know. Yet, although there is great admiration for those sticking up for their rights, it may be causing a stir, yet not enough to do the trick. However, we know that there is a divine plan underway, and it has taken all this madness in its stride, and we tell you this. It will end. It will stop. All that is currently displayed will be revealed for what it actually is. Think of it all as part of the plan, and when all, and we mean all, is in place, the amber light will turn to green. Yet, it seems that those of lesser light, far lesser light, continue to display madness and are getting away with it. Again, for us down here, we wonder just how much longer they can get away with it, whilst we, it seems, become more and more weary as we wait. Yet know this, Blossom and all, they are not getting away with it. Their end days are playing out, and this they know. Then how come it appears that they are? A level is to be reached of much that is looking this way. In order for the truth to come out in fullness. Question. How best to word it? You say the light has won. Does the dark know this? Yes. So I don't quite understand why that which is looking like the opposite, i.e., the lesser light is in control. Still continues. You will, in time. Yet they still continue to be getting away with murder. Literally and metaphorically. It is not easy for us ground crew to always sit back, shining our light, knowing that these atrocities continue, and also be privy to what is being said that lies ahead for us. So much is fear-mongering, I know, yet the more this takes place, the more fear is created by those who are unaware. Sometimes for me and many, when we hear what is going on so many dark levels, it is like we are living on different planets. Not different planets blossom, yet certainly different vibrational frequencies. This is not new to your understanding. Though, in order to keep our vibe high, which is our job, our responsibility, to counteract the dark and the confusion, we almost have to shut out that which we may hear of, because it is just too horrendous to imagine that children and adults alike must suffer so under the power of the dark. Especially as we are told it is all going to end. Of course we send love, what else can we do? I guess we all want to see it stop. As we have said, you will. Keep in mind that this divine plan is divine. No offense, I get this. Yet hard to balance the mind and that truth when we become aware of so much that isn't. This plan has been created by the highest of intelligence on and off planet. We have spoken of this, yet choose to reiterate many times to try and assist you in understanding. What we can assure you of is that when all is in place to go it will. There is so much hype about it all at the moment, so much build-up once again, and all we can say is who knows, we have been here so many times and yet this seems different. Yet, don't we always say that? Your patience in this matter is, without question, being pushed to the fullest degree. 𝐻𝐧𝐥𝐲. Please know that this of which we speak, this truth reveal and upcoming lockdown is to come about. If you do not trust this divine plan, then with all love and indeed the greatest respect, we suggest that you no longer follow these messages. For if you feel they are not of truth, it will not serve you well to do so. It's not that many don't trust. Well, I guess now in these days, many sit on the fence. And to be honest, to be really honest, I sit on the fence too, and I am your messenger for goodness sake. It is just that for so long, we have done our very best to fight the good fight. And we still could be waiting in 2 years' time. You will not be. That's a profound statement for you regarding timeline, which, as you know, always bothers me. We have lost our street cred so many times when speaking of time frames. Dearest Blossom, it is all so very close now. Yet one must remember that with every action there can be a counteraction, and then that has to be dealt with. Yet, if the divine plan is going according to plan, how can there be a counteraction for the good guys to deal with? If the light has already won, surely the dark ones no longer have control to do any counteracting. Do you see my point? We see your perspective. Let us try and help. If you were playing a game of, shall we say, pickleball? Now you've got my attention. It may be that the score of the opposing team is so high that it seems impossible for you to catch up and win. Yet, unless you are a defeatist, you will keep trying your very best with every tactic you know in order to come out on top, right until the last point. Nice analogy. It helps, sort of. I am feeling as we communicate that the road I am pursuing today is not going to get me anywhere really. I sort of feel that this divine plan is so huge that until the next phase hits us in the face, we cannot really get to grips with it. Because we don't know the half. As the saying goes. Correct. This is why we speak of the trusting blossom. On one hand, before you came, when each one agreed to be part of it all on the ground, one would not possibly consider that they may not have the trust in this plan. For they knew the outcome, and that is why each one volunteered. That is why each one came. On the other hand, once down on the ground and memories of such erased, the trust can be lost, and if not lost, weakened greatly. May we suggest that you allow yourselves right now in this moment to go within. This is not a woo-woo suggestion, as some would say. This is for you right now, to feel. Feel the truth of your soul and why you are here. Do not consider the whys, the ifs, the maybes, the maybe nots. Allow the mind to stop for a moment and feel as to whether you think that this divine plan, this transformation is going to happen. Do you know this? Do you feel this? Deep inside? I have to say, for me, yes, let's face it. If I didn't, what would be the point of all this light and strength that we know ourselves to be? Exactly, blossom. There is knowing of truth of who you are and why you are here. It lives deep within you. It has been the purpose of the dark ones to bury that truth, that knowing, under a barrage of lies and deceit, to bury that truth so deeply that only the smallest spark of light could remain. Yet now, warriors of light, look at you. You have emerged from that place. You have fought your way through. And here you stand, valiant and brave. Here you are, ready to fulfill the mission. Here you are, the strongest of the strong, in position and ready to go, never again to be pushed under. Your light now shines brighter than ever because of what you have had to endure. You are stronger than ever before. You are lighter than ever before, because it is time for it all to begin. I know it has begun, yet I know what you mean. Well, you know me. I leave you with my usual let's wait and see. Not to put a damper on this, yet also knowing timing is everything and that our soon is very different from yours. Yet know, my friends, and I know I speak for many, we are ready and waiting. Roger, over and out. Many thanks to each one for your continued ability to keep on keeping on, no matter what. That's why we are here. In gratitude, in loving service. 𝐈𝐓'𝐒